Good afternoon. Welcome to Kansas City Council Committee of the Whole for Tuesday, August 5. And we will have roll call. Kim.
Council President Kaur.
Here.
Councilmember Boyce.
Here.
Councilmember Boyd.
Here.
Councilmember Fincher.
Here.
Councilmember Larmer.
Here.
Councilmember Michaud.
Here.
Councilmember Troutner.
Here.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kim. Next up, agenda approval. Any changes to the agenda? If none, may I have a motion, please?
So move. Second.
Motion and second. Any discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Thank you. All right. And next up, we have approval of minutes for July 15, 2025 meeting.
So move, Madam President.
Second.
Motion and second. Any discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Motion passes. Thank you. Okay, we have payment of bills. We should have received those in our email.
So move, Madam President.
Second.
Motion and second. Any discussion? All right, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Thank you so much. All right, next up, we have public safety. Councilmember Boyce.
Thank you, Madam President. We do have one item here, public safety, and Commander Armstrong going to come up here and talk to you about the Yakima County Agreement for Inmates Housing. Commander Armstrong.
Good evening, Councilmember President and council members. We have a motion on the table for entering a contract with King County or Yakima County Jail to send some inmates over there so we can try to keep our jail open more often. We discovered there was some funds that we thought were spent and they weren't spent. So that comes out of the Bellevue Regional Justice Center. When it got sold, we can use that funding for jail beds. So the intention is to send some people over to Yakima Jail and keep our jail open for clients.
Okay, thank you. Any question for Commander Armstrong team? Okay, please.
Commander Armstrong, I am curious, like when we make these decisions, is it just because Yakima had beds available or were there no closer places?
It's cheaper.
It was cheaper, okay.
Yakima County will come pick them up from us. Scores closer, but they cost significantly more money for us to house people there. Yep.
Any other question? Yes, please, Madam President.
And how often do we have to use other facilities?
We haven't used another facility in a while because Yakima canceled a contract with us during COVID. So we've sat vacant, not sending anybody anywhere. But when we open this, when we get the contract, then we'll probably send people over there quite often to keep it open for all the pretrial people. So we'll send sentence people over there. Usually what happens is they come in, they still come to our jail, to the city jail, and then we process them. And then when they get sentenced, and then we send them to Yakima jail so they can spend some time over there so we can open up additional bed space.
Thank you.
Okay, anything else? We good? Yes, Brenda?
Yeah, it sounded like we had to have a certain number of people to get picked up. How often, do we have to have a certain number for them to come over? And have they ever declined to come over? And it said that they can, because of weather, but for any other reasons?
Not that I can recall from when we did it before. I don't remember them saying no, not to come over. Usually what happens is we put together a list, we send it to them prior, and then they come over on a Friday, and then they pick up the number of people. And they may cap the number of what we can send that time. Currently, there's no cap. When I talked to the director over there, there's no cap for us to send. So we could box up, we could send 20 people over there and then clear out 20 bed spaces for additional inmates down the road, arrestees.
Okay, but there's no minimum.
There's no minimum. We don't have this would not be guaranteed beds at all. It's unguaranteed beds.
Are you okay, Councilman Fincher? Oh, okay, good. I started to say so, but I won't. All right, here we go. I'm gonna read it. I will read the motion here. Okay. I move to authorize the mayor to sign an agreement with Yakima County Department of Correction for the purpose of housing the City of Kent Correction Facility inmates as needed, subject to the final terms and conditions acceptable to the city attorney and police chief. Second. Got a motion and a second. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous pass. Madam President, all yours.
Thank you, Councilmember. Thank you, Commander. And we are at the end of our meeting, and we had a short meeting because we have National Night Out today, and our council meeting will be starting at 4:30. So we'll see you then. Thank you.
Okay.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Kent City Council meeting. This is a special meeting for Tuesday, August 5th, 2025. If you could please all rise and join me in the flag salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, Kim, could you please call the roll?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Mayor Ralph,
Here.
Council President Core,
Here.
Councilmember Boyce,
Here.
Councilmember Boyd,
Here.
Councilmember Fincher,
Here.
Councilmember Larmer,
Here.
Councilmember Michaud,
Here.
Councilmember Troutner.
Here.
Thank you.
All right. Item number 3 is approval to the agenda. This is a special meeting, so there will be no changes, but a motion would be in order to approve the agenda as published.
So move.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, motion carries 7-0. Moving right into public communications. This evening, we have our Employee of the Month for August, and I've got this big smile on my face because I think it is absolutely fitting that our Employee of the Month for August is who it is. So I am pleased to announce that our August Employee of the Month is Sarah Halstead. Sarah started working for the city, right? Okay. See, before I read this, I'm going to say I am not the only one that believes that. So really quick, Sarah's part of our community education group and works so hard on National Night Out. And so that's why I think it's really appropriate that we honor her work tonight. So I am going to read all these amazing things about Sarah in an attempt to make her blush, because that's what will happen. And then I'll call the chief up to say a few words. So our August Employee of the Month is Sarah Halstead. Sarah started working for the City of Kent Police Department on August 12, 1998 as a temporary youth conference program assistant. She became a full-time employee on May 28, 1999 when she was hired as an office technician 2 for the police department. On November 16, 1999, she changed positions to an admin assistant 1, and she was promoted to public education specialist on May 1, 2006. On January 1st, 2012, her position was reclassified to Community Education Coordinator. As a Community Education Coordinator, Sarah works under the direction of the Police Neighborhood Response Team Sergeant to plan, develop, coordinate, and implement comprehensive crime prevention and safety education programs, special events, programs, and activities for the City of Kent community. Sarah was nominated because she is always willing to help, stay late, and never complain. Her work with the Kent Police Citizens Academy is top-notch. At the conclusion of each of the academies, Kent citizens are asked to provide their feedback and what they enjoyed about the course. Sarah always receives high praises for her work and how well put together the academy is and thorough enjoyment of, and knowledge that the participants receive. Sarah builds bridgeways between the community and the police department, and the product of her work is truly priceless. Annually, Sarah coordinates National Night Out for the City of Kent with Stacy Judd. This is no small feat as she coordinates which neighborhoods will be involved, who's going to visit which neighborhoods, and who will be teamed up with each other. This is a huge task. Last year, she coordinated the first ever Advanced Community Academy, which incorporated lessons from our prosecutors and outside agencies like King County's Guardian 1 helicopter team. Sarah puts a lot of time with into all of her tasks to include after hours and weekends. She's currently gearing up for when the nomination happened, she's currently gearing up for cornucopia days, which already happened, which means that she's working for the whole week straight again. Several department members rely on her knowledge and work for department grants, which she is involved in from start to finish as well. Sarah has been heavily involved in Slower is Safer campaign in coordination with the Target Zero County Traffic Safety Coalition. She's been putting up more signs along the 11-mile corridor, 132nd Avenue. If you've seen the signs reminding people to slow down, that is Sarah. This brings awareness to drivers in the area to slow down and adhere to posted speed limits, and to remind them of the lives lost in the last couple of years. Sarah is the epitome of our public safety mission when she incorporates, it says TMZ, and that threw me for a second, Target Zero. went to a different TMZ. But when she incorporates her duties, the safety footprint reaches all over King County. Sarah continuously embraces our values, and we celebrate her as August's Employee of the Month. Congratulations.
If I could, Mayor,
I was-
thank you.
absolutely.
You pretty much stole everything that I was going to talk about. She was born, no, just, what I would add to that is, one, I'm very happy for Sarah, very well-deserved, and very proud that she's been bestowed this honor. And what's cool is the accolades you read, the nominations were driven predominantly by her coworkers and people that work with her. And I always think when it's your peers that are recognizing you, there's just something a little extra special with that. So that's the kind of worker she is, coworker she is. And then, you know, look at the time she's been here, because she got here not too far after when I got here in '97. I look at people in our organization that have impact, people that make connection to the community and are making a difference. And we know that one of the strongest things we have going are our programs that connect us with the community and give our community an opportunity to look behind the organization and what we really do behind the scenes and connect our great employees directly with the community. And so when you see that through great initiatives like the Community Academy, National Night Out, and our Youth Academy, we've got a mighty but two-person powerful team, and both of them do a great job. I can't think of anyone else in the department who has done more to elevate and be a great ambassador for the police department and represent who we are. So very well deserving. Congratulations, Sarah.
Thank you, Chief. Thank you. I just thank you very much for the recognition and the honor. It truly is a wonderful place to be working here, and friends that are family and coworkers that are family. So thank you.
Thank you. If I'm going to have, since you're here, I'm going to have both of you come up in front and we'll do a picture. Is that okay?
Okay.
No. Perfect. You,
Did you get me, Tobias? I'm trying to Photoshop.
You're right above her head.
nice.
Hey, good job. young lady.
Congratulations.
Good job. Yes, yes, yes.
Congratulations.
Yes, yes.
All right, we are going to move on. We have a proclamation this evening for National Emergency Management Awareness. And I'm going to have our team from Emergency Management come up and we'll go ahead and read the proclamation and then ask you to say a few words. I also think it's very fitting tonight. I know that we got several requests from National Night Out neighborhoods asking about what we're doing around emergency preparedness. And so I think that the timing for this month is really good and was glad to see this request come through. So the proclamation says, whereas emergencies and disasters can occur unexpectedly, posing significant threats to life, property, and the environment within the city of Kent, and whereas local emergency managers across all sectors, community leaders, local governments, and the Federal Emergency Management Agency, or FEMA, dedicate countless hours to developing preparedness, response, recovery, and mitigation programs to protect the lives and property of all persons living in the United States, U.S. territories, Washington State, and the city of Kent. And whereas emergency managers across the state of Washington are charged with establishing and maintaining the capabilities necessary to effectively direct, coordinate, and support emergency and disaster response and recovery efforts. And whereas the mission areas of prevention, protection, mitigation, response, and recovery align with the core capabilities identified in the National Preparedness Goal. And whereas the emergency managers serve the nation by responding to countless emergencies and disasters each year, demonstrating commitment, compassion, and professionalism in protecting the public. And whereas the efforts of our nation's emergency managers have helped millions of community members across the United States recover rebuild, and become more resilient in the face of adversity. Now, therefore, I, Dana Ralph, Mayor of the City of Kent, do hereby proclaim August 2025 to be National Emergency Management Awareness Month in Kent, Washington, with the support of the International Association of Emergency Managers and National Emergency Management Association and the Washington State Emergency Management Association. I urge all community members to express their sincere appreciation for emergency managers in every sector who diligently work to prepare, protect, and serve our cities, counties, states, tribes, territories, regions, and organizations against all hazards and risks. That is a really impressive, long list of things. Amazing work that you both do. Do a really quick picture, and then I'm going to turn it over. Is that okay?
That sounds fantastic.
Well, thank you, Mayor and Council. Thanks for the recognition this evening. We're happy to be here, happy to be recognized, but also the many things that emergency managers across our state do as well. You may think about emergency management just as it relates to response, but it's the behind the scenes of the planning and the preparedness. Jenny and I are both really passionate about that, as well as personal preparedness and having our community's members ready for any form of disaster, whether it's snowstorm, severe weather, or an earthquake. So be prepared, be ready, and we are as well. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I also want to say thank you to Kimberly and Jenny for all the work that they do out in the community and the numerous community events, the CERT training, the Kent 101, all of those types of things, just making sure that our residents have access to that emergency preparedness information in a variety of formats. So thank you both. All right, we are going to move on. The next item is community events. Council President.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. We have community events happening at our Accesso Shower Center. Most exciting is our Seattle T-Bird schedule, 2025-2026 home game schedule is now available on accessoshowercenter.com, and the tickets go on sale on Wednesday, August 27th. On August 17, they have Pacific Cascade Mustang Club Alford Show, August 24, La Tigres de Norte. And September 4, they have Bloodworks Northwest Mobile Blood Drive, and that's very important. I know I'll be signing up for that, so I would encourage anyone who is able to, please do sign up for the blood drive. And September 14 is Badshah, one of Bollywood's singers performing. And I also want to remind the community about the farmers market that's going on right now in our Town Square Plaza on Saturday from 10 to 2. And that is all the events. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Fincher.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I'd like everybody to please check the city website for a schedule of the concerts, still free concerts going on this summer, and a mini recycling event. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Item number 5 is reports from council and staff in honor of National Night Out and getting out into the neighborhoods. I am just going to say it's National Night Out, and we're super excited to be out and about. Turn it over to our Chief Administrative Officer, Pat Fitzpatrick.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I'm going to refer to the council agenda for my report. Thank you.
All right, Council President.
Madam Mayor, we also will be, there will be a council newsletter coming out tomorrow, so our report will be included in that. And in honor of National Night Out, I think we're all in agreement to forego our report today.
All right. Wonderful. Thank you. Item number 7 on item number 6 is public hearing. We do not have one this evening. Item number 7 is public comment. Kim, do we have anyone signed up?
We have one person, Tim Brown.
Okay, Mr. Brown, if you want to come up, state your name and city of residence for the record. We'll go ahead and put the 3-minute timer up on the screen.
My name is Tim Brown. I live in the city of Kent. Thank you for hearing me tonight, council members and mayor. we citizens and business owners and business managers do understand when public services cannot do services due to inclement weather. But when we have them not doing services because of labor disputes in other areas of the country, that's a real problem. Some of us have dumpsters and we don't have time for the silliness that's going on. For example, the Berlin building, they have 2 dumpsters in the back of their building. Right now, which pickup is tomorrow morning, they're right now sitting at a dumpster and a half high of trash. So when public services says, oh, we can't do it this week, what are they supposed to do with another week's worth of dumpster trash and a half? The same is for Puggaroods, for our building and others. When they don't want to do services for it, it really is a big problem. We just can't grab those dumpsters and wheel them someplace. And then they don't even give us a credit. Yeah, you know, I really think this council needs to look at the contract with public services and make some changes. When they're not going to do services due to, you know, work stoppages, we need to get an automatic credit. We really do. We shouldn't have to argue and beg with them. And we really went 2 weeks without any service at all. Oh yeah, they played a game of this and that, but it really wasn't good. And this council needs to look at what happens if the labor dispute comes to our city. What do we do then? It's just not workable as it is now. You know, you can tell people, oh, you just bring it to this collection site. Well, these dumpsters don't run on wheels. You can't hook a trailer and drag them there. And for the citizens who had to or had the ability to take their trash and take it to the dump area, that was cost on themselves to do that, something they never get back. One of our businesses, he went and rented a trailer, dug the stuff out of his dumpster, put it in his dumpster, then took it to the city dump. Is he going to get recompensed for that? No. So I really want to urge the city council to relook at that public contract and start changing the agreement where if there's a non-necessary stoppage, we get an automatic credit for each week we don't get service. That we make contingent plans should there ever be a strike in the city of Kent. So there's something other than just seeing piles of trash growing bigger and bigger. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Tim. I will let you know that our team is in conversation regarding credits with Republic. So stay tuned, and we're working through a process, but it is happening.
Thank you.
Okay.
I have no other public speakers.
Okay. Thank you, Kim. Item number 8 is the consent calendar. It's a compilation of work that the City Council has done at their previous meetings, both through workshops and committee of the whole. Had an opportunity to have receive information, have conversation and questions, and these items have passed out of committee of the whole without any controversy. This evening we have items A through G. Is there a motion to approve the consent calendar?
So move.
Second.
A motion and a second. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, motion carries. Item number 9 is other business, and we do not have any this evening. That brings us down to item 10, bids. And joining us this evening is our Public Works Director, Chad Barron, for our 2025 Sanitary Sewer Cured in Place Pipe Lining Award.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. I should say almost good afternoon, but excited to be going on National Night Out tonight. And we'll very briefly talk about the 2025 Sanitary Sewer Cast in Place pipe improvement program. This is where we go through and we reline existing pipes as opposed to removing and replacing pipes. It costs on the order of about between an eighth and a tenth the cost of replacing pipe. And by lining the inside, we lose just a little bit of capacity, but we gain about 50 years of life on the pipe. So it's a great alternative to putting new pipe in the ground. Had 2 bids this year. The low bid was from In Situ Form Technologies. We've worked with them before. They do a good job for just over $1.6 million, which is under the engineer's estimate, which was at $1.75 million, and we recommend award.
All right, Council, any questions for Chad? Okay, seeing none, a motion would be in order.
Madam Mayor, I move to award the 2025 sanitary sewer cured in place pipelining project to Instaform Technologies LLC in the amount of $1,620,057.91 and authorize the mayor to sign all necessary documents subject to final terms and conditions acceptable to the city attorney and public works director.
Second.
Okay, we've got a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Okay, seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 7-0.
Thank you.
Thank you. Item number 11 is executive session, and we do not have one this evening, so that brings us down to the bottom of our agenda. Again, it is National Night Out. I think we have 65 neighborhoods signed up this evening and visitors for all of them. I want to say thank you to everybody for hanging out and going out and meeting with our neighbors, and to all of the city visitors, and for all the neighborhoods for signing up to be a part of what is an amazing annual event. So with that, we are adjourned. Let's go have a night out.
Let's go do it.
On a high enough level when it comes to housing assistance. I don't have an answer for that right now. There are resources out there, but they're quickly filled. I know Ms. Hildebrandt this is part of the bane of her existence, trying to come up with more resources for housing for folks that don't fall under the opioid funding.